All right, welcome to the podcast. This is This Good podcast, the only podcast with three friends as good as us. Who do I got here to my right? Who's this boy?
This boy is Cody.
I was talking about Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie's the good boy.
Yeah, he is the good boy.
He doesn't say much during the pod, but we know he agrees with everything we say.
He's been here every single time
Since the
Every
beginning.
time.
since the beginning,
Mhm.
4 weeks ago.
He's a dog, if anyone's wondering.
All right, I'm Jason.
And that's Jason. And today we're just going to talk about some cool things, I guess. It's been a few weeks since we recorded. A little scheduling things.
Took the
and
took the
whatnot.
holidays off. Let's just go with that.
We'll just say we took the holidays off. A little vacation, if you will.
Because we're so busy.
Because we're so busy.
We're so
I
ridiculously
don't know about
busy
you
that
guys,
we
but I'm pretty
couldn't.
busy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I got other shit going on.
We all got things, but it's an hour. It's an hour out of our week.
I'm just busy. Otherwise, you guys just eat Munchies pizza and fuck off.
Ugh, dude.
So far as I know.
don't eat Munchies pizza anymore, or Crunchies with an M.
Oh yeah.
Crunchies
Crunchies.
with an M
Oh,
pizza. No!
Oh, we had another experience with pizza. It's a place, rhymes with coppers, starts with a T. They thought they could make a good pizza by just putting an insane amount of cheese on it. And let me tell you.
Like so much fucking
So
cheese.
another bad experience.
Yeah.
This is just gonna turn into a podcast about like rating pizzas.
I'm
pizza
fine with
places
that.
in the.
I am fine with that. I'm trying to find the right za for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, usually it's just like at least once a week. It's it's like, let's just get a pizza, and we keep getting burned by all these old other pizza places. So we need to keep broadening. And I don't know. I know there's some places in Oshkosh, but like I'm not fucking driving 25 minutes to go get pizza.
We might have to start having to.
I'll stop eating pizza forever.
Is it like a mom and pop pizza place?
It's like the owner of Ambassador. It's his friend Travis, and he seems like a pretty business savvy
I have
go-getter dude.
No idea.
So I mean, I literally only know his. I think his last name might be Lee or something.
It would be like a pity pizza. Like, yeah, it's probably fine. Just 'cause homies.
I'm more just curious as to what his product is. Just because like I've like had conversations with him. He's like a good dude.
Good dude, but is it good pizza?
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I want. And I don't know him well enough where he would like even like ask me. He might ask, but he wouldn't care about my response. I paid him. He made his money. You were not like that close, but I'd be curious about it. That's it. But like I'm just finding mediocre ass freaking pizza around here. Sal's is always like a good go to, but
We need to order whole za from there.
I would eat a whole.
Cody and I
slice.
did that one time.
I did it
for the
once.
Super Bowl like 7 years ago or something
Yeah.
like that.
It was
so good.
It was
good, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, we just got super baked and like ate a whole fucking like 40-inch pizza or whatever the fuck it is.
40-inch pizza. Holy
It's probably
shit,
not that
dude.
big, but it's like a
It's a
28-inch pizza.
big-
just
yeah.
a massive pizza.
Yeah, but it was fantastic. I think they have the best buffalo chicken pizza in the valley, and that's how I rate good pizza. Like
It's on
if you,
buffalo chicken.
if that's my favorite pizza ever. I think
That's
it's
so weird.
I think it's the best creation of pizza. So
it's good pizza, but it's your favorite kind of pizza.
I think it's like number one. Like there's obviously the classics, sausage pepperoni. It's you can't go wrong. But if it's like if I have my choice between sausage pepperoni or supreme or whatever else, and like I'm going buffalo chicken pizza every time.
It's just that there's such different things. That's like getting like a hamburger lo mein. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
No,
It's
no,
they're two
Those are
different.
very different.
They're two
I don't
completely
know.
different things. You know?
no, they're both
buffalo
pizza.
and buffalo sauce and chicken.
No,
It's
buffalo chicken on pizza.
Oh, well, pizza's just like
well, it's not
fucking-
it's not buffalo chicken on pizza. It's a buffalo chicken pizza.
Yeah,
it's
just
not-
like, it's just like cooked bread with toppings on it. That's what like an American pizza is.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're not that different.
Of course, they're two good things. You know,
So
Your burger lo mein thing did not fucking land. All right,
it did.
It wasn't good.
It absolutely did.
It wasn't
Absolutely did.
good.
funny enough, I've
It's just because it doesn't support your claims.
funny enough in the past I've gotten like a decent like frozen pizza and then got some like takeout just a frozen cheese pizza and put said takeout on the pizza and cooked it, and pretty fucking good.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
That was when I was smoking weed though, so I mean, like, my standards were probably lower for.
Yeah, I don't know if it was
I was
actually
just like,
good.
I like pizza and I like Chinese
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
And I'm gonna put both of them together, and I ate the shit out of it. And it
That
was,
sounds like a good like drunk thing where you're like looking, you like have the leftovers. Like, all right, I'm eating a burrito.
combine them somehow.
Yeah, I'm eating a burrito, cutting it open, right? Crunching Doritos, all right, all in the middle, and then I'm taking my lo mein noodles. I'm lining the burrito with it, and then you just have this monstrosity.
That's like something you
And
do
you're
before
so-
a marathon.
And I'm dunking it all in Thousand Island.
Yeah, yeah, in ranch. I eat so
Sauerkraut.
much ranch, and then a drunk ass you is like, yeah, it was pretty good, it was fine. But then like you smell your face the next day, and you're just like, ugh.
Oh no, I didn't feel good after it, but I felt good eating it.
Yeah,
It was a comfort food, I guess. Just whatever. Anyway, that was the rest of your week.
Well, you literally taste less when you're drunk. It's a nervous system depressant.
Yeah, I wasn't drunk when I ate it. I was high, so like
Okay.
my flavonoids were even at a higher level.
yeah.
I just know
If anything, I was a better judge of how that food.
You were an
tasted.
ultimate food critic.
I've woken up after a night of drinking and just been disgusted with myself with the half-eaten sandwich I found lying next
Oh
to me.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you wake up with it like torn apart on your chest. Like, I'm pretty sure Cody's told me about how he fell asleep like eating a burrito one time and just woke up like with it on like still together, but like on his chest. I don't know if that was you, but
I don't think
we're gonna
that-
say it's you.
It could have been me. I don't know if I
Falling asleep
remember
drunk, eating a burrito
it
and then,
happening, but I
like, wake up 3 hours later and then just like, oh, and then finish the burrito.
yeah. Well, it wouldn't be gross. It,
It
would
tastes
just
like me.
It's just a colder burrito, I guess, at that point.
yeah, just a little bit more chest hairs.
Well, your body heat keep it a little warm, I suppose. Anyway, food, right? It's
Yeah.
a food pod now.
Yeah, it's turned into food pod. Well, what's like the saddest, funniest thing that's happened to you as like a drunk person?
Oh God.
Yeah. Like we all have had our sad moments. But you know, we're not just doing sad. It's like sad and funny. Now, I'll give you guys a minute just cuz I want to
My biggest problem is I don't remember them.
I mean, whatever one you can scrounge up from your memory. Like I'll give you mine. I'll give you a minute to
I
to
have
tell.
mine.
Okay, so here's
Well, Tony's thinking about his. Oh, you got yours.
yeah.
Okay,
Let me.
got it.
Yeah, I'll just go first. So you guys remember like the house on Stead, like that big house with like the greenhouse on the end,
I remember,
on the
yeah.
side.
Cody's mom's house back in high school.
Yes. And up, I went to bed, went passed out, like after a party, and I think I forget who was. I think it might have been like Michelle, Melissa, maybe Tony. You were probably there, and most likely you or Rodney or something. But I was in my bed, and I just like woke up with people in my room and opened my dresser drawer and just projectile puked into it all over my shirts. Close it, and then just like
Fell down the seat.
pass right fucking out. And then like the next day, I like texted someone. I was like, "Who the fuck threw up?"
Dude, you thought it was.
Yeah, I do not remember it
What the
at all.
hell?
Yeah, so I very fun.
Obviously, you came to the conclusion that it was you.
I'm most likely somebody told me. I think Michelle was like, "You don't remember that?" I was like, "No, not at all."
Turns out it was Michelle the whole time.
Just take a taste of it if it's what you ate last
Yeah,
night.
it's like I do not like onions. All right, this is very oniony.
That's fucked up, dude.
Oh, there's pickles.
There's pickles. There's a whole pickle. There's a whole midget pickle.
I think the only time I've thrown up from drinking was because of the taste of the alcohol.
Okay.
It was like Burnett's like blue raspberry vodka or some shit.
Ew.
And like back, it was like late high school or something like that, and just the like it was like my second shot of the night, and I was just like, nope, it just
a
awful taste,
violent-
and,
Violent throw up. Yeah.
It's just like it wasn't even like a night ruining throw up. You
No,
were
it was
just
just
like,
like,
this
get
needs to
that
get the
out of
fuck
me.
out of
Yeah.
my body. Yeah, I've had those. I've
not
had,
even drunk yet, just like
Yeah.
just stay away from that.
that always happened to me. Like you know, like newly turning 21 and going out with like AJ, and we would always end underneath our apartment at McGinnis because they always stayed open. Like the Ave closed down early a little bit. And then they would stay up until like exactly 2:30 or whatever. So we'd have like 15 minutes downstairs to like shoot the shit with the bartenders and gets like some black and tans and whatever else at the end of the night.
Yeah, I always remember you coming up with like mugs from McGinnis.
Yep, yeah. They were cool with it too because I brought them down like the next day. Like,
Hey, you want to go? Just going upstairs.
they were so cool. But AJ would always like want to shoot whiskey at the end of the night, and
Nightcap.
If
You
I
always wanted to
haven't-
do a nightcap.
yeah, well, I
Fucking
mean, you
loophole,
can
dude.
have like a cup of beer or something, but like if you're not doing shots throughout the night, and you're already drunk, and then like there's one to like tie off the end of the night, it's like every time I would get hot mouth, and I'd go throw up outside. So much so that
hot mouth when your mouth starts sweating.
mouth sweats. Yeah, you get the mouth sweats.
It's like just your body lubricating your throat
Yeah.
for vomit.
So I actually did find, I looked it up, like if you swallow too much saliva, that can actually make you throw up. Like your saliva is like somewhat, what's the word?
Let's say poisonous.
You poisonous, but it's not
not,
poisonous. That's not the word. But yeah, so like that's why if you start getting like the mouth sweats, your initial reaction is just start spitting it out, because the more if you start swallowing that actually helps you throw up and stuff. It'll like force you to.
Oh, just another system the body has in place.
Yeah, just a cool body.
Another flawed system the body has.
But so much so that every time like AJ was like, yeah, let's do a shot of whiskey, I'd be like, AJ, I'm going to throw up, and I just spent $40 in the fucking Av. Like, I'm gonna waste all my money. And then sure enough, he would like convince me to. I'm like, watch this. I'd fucking shoot whiskey. I'd be like, here I go, and I'd step outside, quick throw up, and then walk back in and like drink my beer.
You paid $5 to throw up outside.
Well, no, yeah, it was like Ipecac. Like it was like every time.
But you had the last laugh. You're like, told you.
Yep. It's like
Should
now,
have had AJ buy the shot for you.
now, oh, he always did. He always.
yeah.
I didn't pay the $5. But yeah, joke's on him. My mouth smells like shit now. So sick.
No making out later.
Yeah.
When doesn't it?
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah.
Solid burn.
Just got a mouthful of dead teeth.
I got a good barf story. I got home. I had one red dog left. It's not good. I was taking turmeric, right? Like the supplement for like anti-inflammatory properties, things like that. Whatever. Just a supplement I was taking, and I took that, and then I shotgunned a red dog, and I projectile vomited across the bathroom, and it was all dyed orange. And it stained everything.
Oh.
It got on the side of my hat somehow. That was on my head.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just fucking drunk and just puked and had to clean it all up. And I didn't do a great job.
Better than like Fruit Loops or some shit.
Ugh.
I don't know.
No, it literally like dyed it.
Yeah, I
And
was-
then stained everything it touched.
And turmeric has like a real specific smell to it. So like
Yeah.
I've tried looking up like
It's very
health.
good for you though.
It's super good.
Yeah, it's
I
supposed
do.
to be good for you, right?
I've tried to make or like even like drink like healthy smoothies and stuff, and if it has turmeric in it, it's fucking foul. It's so bad.
Turmeric's not bad. Dude.
It's I
Get over it. Grow
so
up.
I just tried
Some curry.
It is. All right. So I tried this I feel like on whatever app I used to like it's like, healthier recipes and shit. I tried it. I forget what was all in it, but it fucking tastes like shit. And I just tried like the Naked Juice counterpart, whatever farms.
There's some. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Brand it is, but it's usually super good. And I tried one. It was like carrot, ginger, and turmeric
Oh
or
yeah,
turmeric.
Bolton Farms.
Bolton Farms, yes. Those juices kick ass. They're so good. But I tried the carrot, ginger, and turmeric one, and I took it was when I was hungover, so I'm like, ooh, this stuff is gonna help my body, the ginger, the turmeric, all that stuff. And then I took one sip and almost threw up and just like right in the garbage. I was
You're
like,
kind
okay.
of like a baby though. So I mean,
Dude, I love ginger. Huge fan of ginger.
Well, they're very
I'm a
different.
real whore for ginger. All right.
boy.
Turmeric is good. It's got a real specific flavor to it. And then like, yeah, carrot, this will be good. Fuck no. It was bad. It might have been the worst juice I've ever tasted in my life.
guarantee turmeric was not the main flavor in that.
I
that
don't
drink.
know. I got spitting angry and lashed out
For $3.
for $3. I'm on a budget.
I thought once I was buying a Green Machine Naked Juice, and then
You got like the spinach and kale.
I took
and,
a big
like,
drink of it. It was like wheatgrass, and I was like, "Oh no, dude!" But I still drank it, but it was not good. Tasted like mowing the lawn.
Green Machine is the best.
Green Machine is good.
It fucking rocks. It's so good.
Dude, some of the naked juices, because you drink them because they're good for you, right? For the most part.
Supposed to be.
No,
right?
Supposed
So
to be.
naked juice has an unbelievable amount of sugar in it, and sometimes has absolutely no vitamins.
Something to keep in mind is they do have to label like what you want to look for on that is added sugars, because like there are natural sugars
in
and that
fruit, yeah.
like, so for maple syrup, there's like 76 grams of sugar in it, but it's none of it's added sugar. It's all just like natural sugar. Still not great to like have a lot of it, obviously, but it's better than cane sugar, or like it's just natural sugar that occurs in it naturally, and they still have to include that.
But still, 56 grams of sugar in a naked juice.
I mean, it's pretty close with the Bolton Farm stuff too, but that's all natural sugar.
But still.
Most of it, unless it's like the coffee stuff, doesn't have any added sugar. Anyway, sugar's still bad, so you know.
I just want a good damn
better than
juice.
cane sugar.
Yeah. Like and naked juice, what they did to trick you is they were like, they showed you the amount of fruit that every single bottle has, and then like me as a stupid idiot kid, I was like, that's it?
They get you horny by having the word naked on the bottom.
So every time I drink it, I start lactating. I'm just fucking just buzzing right now.
So my hilarious drunk story. This is probably
Nice.
the most crass I'm probably going to get on this podcast thus far. I believe it was at a party at your house, Cody, and we were playing some sort of. I think the game was called Cocaine or whatever. The lines at whatever. If anyone knows how to play it out there, I'm sure there's different names for it. Anyway, you drink a lot of beer very fast by throwing balls into cups. It's not beer pong. It's faster paced.
It's the game we played before we started doing real cocaine.
Yeah.
But Chris and I were just killing all night, and like we probably drank like 12 beers in the span of like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we were killing it. And so I got super drunk, and later on in the night, girlfriend at the time and I went upstairs later in the night, whatever. And I
For what?
for sex.
Oh, okay. For
Yeah,
sex.
For sex stuff.
Yuck.
Yuck, dude.
Premarital sex.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell, bud.
Man.
So anyway, I ended up, you do your foreplay stuff. I went down on her, and turns out I fell asleep while doing that.
That pussy put you to sleep.
For like a solid 8 minutes, and like she's just like, what do I do? What's happening right now? And I woke up and just like didn't miss a beat, just kept on going.
Oh, that's my dude. You're like, oh yeah.
So that was like not a good like blackout experience, because like I didn't know about it until she's like, yeah, you fell asleep for like a decent amount of time, and I was just,
With your head just on her snatch?
well, probably lulled off to the side or something
I
like
think
that.
you were
But
face deep in it.
Yeah.
just breathing through my nose.
I'd like to think you guys were breathing through each other.
Like a sentence, like a
Just
human
like a
centipede.
human centipede.
I don't like
one
that.
big air trap.
Lauren's not allowed to listen to this one.
That's fine.
We'll put a warning.
I had told her the story,
NSFL.
so she knows about the story.
We'll put this one as NSFL, just not safe for Lauren.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun. It's a fun thing I thought of.
I feel like that's every single one of these podcasts. She's like, yeah, some of it's funny, some of it's just like, what the? Just shut up already. But she's got a pretty stringent.
She telling me shut up? Do we have to fight?
She's told
We'll
you
do
to shut
it.
up already, like face to face.
Yeah, and then I almost fought her.
Yeah, I would have.
She'd kick your ass.
Yeah, she probably would.
She would.
She's a black belt.
She'd beat you into
I don't,
oblivion.
dude, I have a brown belt.
She's
Cool.
a black belt in karate.
We all have belts. We need them for pants up.
My
okay?
belt is reversible. It's black on one side, brown on the other side.
Mine's woven.
Sometimes we just spar for fun
Yeah.
and then get sexy.
Ew!
So that's my fun story.
Cool. I'm sure I got tons more. I just can't think of them all. It's been a while since I thought about all that crazy junk that went on when we were
We all
nuts.
did stupid shit.
No, absolutely. A lot of mine are really sad and just sad.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No,
we all have those sad
That's
stories.
why I made the distinction. It has to be sad and
Sad
funny.
and funny.
I've had sad ones, 2 DUIs in the same night. That one's pretty sad
That one's
and
pretty funny.
hilarious.
That
It's
one's-
funny to hear about.
It's
but, like, for
literally
you, it's very
hilarious.
sad.
Yeah.
It's so, yeah.
You don't have to go into it.
I don't
Just-
want to
no.
go into
I feel like just
I'm
leave
not ready.
it up to like whoever's listening to
Yeah.
just be like, how did he get 2 in one night?
I'm not
Leave
ready
there.
for it yet. Yeah. One day I'll unveil the story. on the pod. But yeah, we're not there yet.
I won't unveil the story eventually, but one night, very drunk, I asked Cody to punch me in the face, and I was just like, "Punch me in the fucking face!" And he's like, "I don't want to punch you, dude." And like, I'm just like, "Fucking do it!" And then he punched me in the face, and I was just like, I just fell on my bed, like super dramatic. Like, it was a rough night.
Is it? You know,
but like that was.
But like, that one's only sad.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, like that part of it's funny though.
That part's funny. Yeah, 'cause I didn't want to punch you in the head.
Yeah, no, you did.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it did. Like you held back, and thank you.
Of course, yeah.
But it was still a solid punch, and it was just like
it was more metaphorical.
You know, like in a John Woo movie, like where like someone gets hit and like it's just or shot in the head or something, and it's just like doves flying and they're falling back in slow motion. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah. That's what you wanted it to be like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metaphors happening.
You wanted a poetic ending to the night. I understand.
You
wanted it to all mean something.
It did make me feel better though.
I was running on the walls and like crouched in the corners, you know, held in stance for an extended period of time.
There was a wire system involved.
There was definitely a wiring system involved and a lot of athleticism. Just remember I was a straight up athlete back then.
Dubs,
so
15 times.
Yeah, it was crazy.
If you can't tell, we don't have a whole lot planned for this episode.
I didn't find any like stories that I wanted to, you know, weave into my own, like not a lot that I wanted to weave into my own conversation just because we also took off like 2 weeks and some of the stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm going to name this one, Is This Good Friendship? Because we're just kind of like
this is just a friend times. That's it.
I got like one cool thing.
Say the cool thing.
Well, if you guys haven't heard, the CIA has finally released all their documentation on UFOs.
Okay.
To the public. And let me pull it up here. This is from Global News, just a recap on what happened. But there's this website called the Black Vault you can go to, theblackvault.com, all one word, and it has access to all 2,700 pages of declassified documents provided by the CIA. And I did kind of a deep dive into it to try and see if there was really any meat in it. But unfortunately, it's mostly just saying, yeah, we see them too. We don't know what the fuck they are either. I did some deep diving and found some interesting things that it's not like they were going to ever release the fact that they met aliens or something. Even if they were told they had to release it, those are the ones they keep secret. No one's going to know about that shit.
Yeah, there's still the ultimate declassified stuff that just no one's ever going to know.
Right.
And if you do, guess what? There's enough government agencies in the world that will murder you. No one will ever find out about it. Like somebody owns and rules everything, so you'll just be a dead ass bitch.
Like CIA, like black site.
A lot of these
like stuff even above, you know, like where it's there. If there is a connection between, you know, the space aliens and somebody in time,
space aliens,
the space aliens,
like you gotta just make that
distinction.
The
ones up top, not the ones on the ground. And they, you know, and someone has had a conversation with them. That person has the most clearance in the fucking whatever you think could ever happen. They have the most clearance. So they're, you know, there's maybe 3 people that know that.
And not to mention people that are vocal about talking to aliens are instantly classified as nuts.
Yeah.
It's the best cover. I mean, like Bob Lazar, the guy that says he worked at Area 51 or whatever, they let him go and say whatever he wants because for the most part, people aren't going to believe what he's talking about. And if he really had that information and had done that, what's easier, killing him or letting him seem crazy? You know, I just don't. I want to believe so bad. I believe in extraterrestrials, but I don't think they've been here, and I don't think we've talked to them. I don't think so. But I did some deep diving. Some things that stood out to me. A lot of these documents, you can see, they're photocopied and they're kind of hard to read. See what I mean?
Oh, just like shitty. Yeah. You showed me that.
I showed you that.
Poor copying as well as like redactions and.
Yeah, but this one was interesting. Specific part that stood out to me says, the Air Force officially denies that flying saucers are 1, U.S. secret weapons, 2, Soviet secret weapons, and 3, extraterrestrial visitors. And this was in 1952. So things may have changed, but it is believed that all sightings of flying saucers are well-known objects such as balloons, aircraft. Shit is hard to read, dude. Clouds.
This is good pod.
Is this good pod?
The answer is no.
You threw me off calling me
Sorry.
bad. It's so hard to read. Phenomenon in the atmosphere which is present, poorly understood, reflections caused by temperature inversions, just ionization phenomena like ball lightning. You've ever heard of ball lightning?
I have not.
It's like a lightning strike that forms itself into a ball and kind of just like floats across the sky. Pretty cool. You can look up videos of it. But yeah, so sorry guys. I think people we're gonna believe that now that the CIA let the cat out of the bag, aliens are fucking real, but no, they don't know what they are either.
That's
man.
just the normie information.
I know.
Like all the standard conspiracy theories that are just like, yeah, that's
I've been abducted.
There's still a lot of stories that just track from region to region where it's like how these people aren't even like before the before the internet became what it is now, there were still the same consistencies within stories of people being abducted and then being visited by people by like the G-men and and all that. So it is weird. It is an odd thing where people have had the same types of interactions and very
the quantity of stories that
there's so many. It's like, is it all fucking swamp gas? Or is it
Is
maybe?
that a term?
Yeah, dude, swamp. That's something that the government has blamed UFO sightings on. It's like, oh, it's just swamp gas.
that's what Donald Trump calls liberal lies.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're not getting too political.
All the hot air that comes out of those
hot
ladies'
take,
mouths.
dude.
Yeah, I guess.
Real hot take there.
All the politics are they're politics.
Leave them at the door. All right, we don't get political here.
Yeah, politics are for chumps. No,
Yeah,
politics are
for-
fucking important
For idiots,
But we're
dude.
not gonna take a side.
For absolute
Freaking
idiots.
dams,
Yeah.
freaking
Freaking
concerts,
Freaking pubs.
Freaking I don't know.
freaking
Yeah,
Sailor Moon,
Freaking don't even get me started, dude. All right.
furries.
Leave furries out of this.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was the line. Too
That's
far.
the
That
line,
was the
dude.
line.
Wow.
Anyway.
Very fucked up.
Remember how Jason said he had sex?
Yeah. I'm picturing it.
So that was like the perfect little sound thing for me to like check the board, because like the past couple episodes we have had some like clipping on the inputs, and so there's been a little crackling, but like that was a good little sign for me to look at the board and be like, hey, that was loud and it's not clipping, so fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Good.
just saying, like if you listen to the past couple episodes and you hear like a little while someone gets loud, that's because I fucked up.
Yeah.
That's,
But we're learning. We're learning. We're trying to produce something good. And we have to we always ask, is this good pod?
we're not using the best gear. We're using like live gear for
We're
studio shit.
We're doing stuff, and yeah, we're still learning. Is
We
this
got
good?
pop filters.
Yeah. Is this good pod?
So
yeah.
it's official.
We're somewhere. We're someone now.
For the nerds out there, we're using some SM58s, not the betas, just some regular SM58s through an M32R into Reaper on my computer. So it's not like the greatest, but it works.
It works out pretty good. I like it. The other story I wanted to bring up, I think it would be. I'm gonna clear with you guys first.
Sorry, and an SM94 as a room mic. That's all.
There we go. I wanted to tell the story of KP.
Kevin?
I don't know. Hold
No
on.
last name, just Kevin.
Yeah. So
His name's Kevin
of
P.
Kevin.
A lot of Kevin stories.
Where he did the XC at my place and then like
yeah.
threw up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's such a good story.
Didn't you like?
Yeah, okay.
You tell it. Go
Yeah,
for it,
like,
I
so,
remember the story.
I mean, we're just all right. So it was I wanted to throw a New Year's party. So I like my I was able to get a couple big bottles of like shitty vodka, shitty tequila, like Jose Gold.
Were you 18, 19?
This was probably like 17.
Oh, even younger. Oh yeah, no, we were still in high school.
This
I
was
think it senior year, maybe.
this was Stead. This was Stead Drive.
Oh yeah, so
So
okay, I gotcha.
I think we were
I remember it
probably
vividly.
like 16 or 17, right? Yeah. 16 or 17. I was able to get these. I got beer and stuff like that, and didn't nearly go through enough. A lot of people didn't show up. It was like
There was like 5 people there.
yeah. I invited more people to throw like a big party, and then no one showed up. So we just got really drunk. We had a fun night, and then the next day, I'm just sitting at home, a little hungover, and Kevin hits me up, KP, and he was like, "Yo, dude, like let's drink those bottles." I was like, "Oh yeah, come on over, Kevin. You know, this is gonna be a fun time." So we have like a couple beers, crack open these shitty bottles of liquor, and my dad.
Pretty sure it was early in the morning too.
No,
No.
it was later in the day.
This was a late night. Yeah.
I know I wasn't
Later
there
night.
personally, but I just remember you telling me, like, not that late in the same day about what happened, and it was like 5 p.m. when you told me. So, which means you guys got started pretty early.
Okay, all right. So I don't know if it was 5 p.m., but we might have started drinking around 5. You know, it wasn't like a 9, 10 o'clock thing.
Maybe you told me the next day.
Maybe, yeah, whatever.
All I
you know,
remember was dark outside.
Yeah, it was.
So
It was.
could've been
It was
fucking
dark.
4:30.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, that's
In the
true.
winter, yeah.
Very true. So my dad had got me like this the novelty shot glass. It was like the Oofta fucking shot glass, and it was like I don't know, like 9 inches tall. Like it was, you know, I don't know how much
got
liquid.
the lines on it.
Yeah,
that says-
where it's like this is a shot, this is a man shot, and then it's like
Professional.
Yeah, professional. Yeah,
and then it
it's
gets to like alcoholic and like you should get help.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the top one,
Yep. So
and it's like a 12-ounce shot if you pull it.
it's so much. Yeah, it's like a full. It's like a mini flower vase. You know, like.
It's like a full pint.
It's like a gag gift that unfortunately some people use.
Some people use it, and as young boys, we used it. And
I never
dude,
did.
we were filling that thing to the top with Jose Gold and just chugging it. Like we weren't like we didn't have limes and salt or anything. It was just I doubt maybe we had some chasers, maybe like a beer, you know, a couple beers or something like that. But like besides that, we were just chugging Jose fucking Gold. It was so fucking gross, and we polished off that bottle within like an hour or so. Like it was so much. Like 16-year-old livers can handle anything, you know. It was very bad. So, you know, I had a few, yeah. So I had a few people over at my house. Me and Kevin are nice and tight. Other people are, you know, maybe drinking a bit or like smoking weed or whatever. But we are like the drunkest fucking ones. And I go in the bathroom to go throw up real quick, and then I ended up passing out and like hugging the TV. I mean the toilet. And I accidentally locked myself in the bathroom.
You think TVs are toilets?
No, Jason did a sound thing, and then it like fucked up my train of thought.
Shit.
You like muted me in here, so I couldn't. It threw me off. It threw me off.
I didn't meet you.
You didn't mute me, but I didn't hear the background noise.
See that room mic
or whatever.
That room mic helps a little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it fucked up my ears. So
Well, remind me to never invite you over to my place.
okay.
Anyway,
And so I lock myself in the bathroom, and then I wake up to Brandon just pounding on the door, trying to like wake me up, right? And
You were like locked in there.
I locked myself, cool, because it was the stupid doorknob or the lock,
the pushy ones?
Yeah, like you push the knob and turn it
Yeah.
right. So I was definitely just drunk and went like, "Gah," you know, and just like lock myself in there like an asshole. Or I probably locked it just to, you know, because I was gonna go throw up. Yeah, exactly.
sounds
But
like
so
it's a
I
recipe for disaster right there, kids.
So I wake up to Brand pound on the door, and I'm like, "What? What's up?" He's like, "Kevin needs to get in the shower now." He's like, he is like burning up and shit. And so I'm walking into what fucking happened, and I think Tony was in there. So if you can tell me,
I think you're missing a very important part of the story.
there's
because he was fucking thrown up in a toilet.
I was in the bathroom. So now you go
Fill in
back,
the
because there's a
blanks.
part where like
Kevin was on ecstasy.
Yes. So we found out he had taken like 3 like
just way
tabs.
too much.
Three rolls, yeah.
Three rolls. And this, back when like pressies were the thing. It wasn't Molly. So he had taken 3, didn't tell me about it, and then like came over and like chugged liquor. So it was just a recipe for a disaster.
That's something Kevin would do regularly.
We're gonna put the recipe in the
in the link, yeah.
You want to try it
We'll
out?
put the
It's not
description.
Pod. But Kevin would like just do ecstasy at school. Just the weirdest shit.
Oh yeah, dude. And
Or
I
like-
remember
or he'd be
smoke
tripping
pot
out-
in the bathroom and like.
I smoked pot with Kevin. In
Oh
the
yeah,
bathroom
me too. And then he's like, "Yeah, it's fine, dude." And then like, our school actually took off all the doors for
Yeah.
all the bathrooms
Yeah.
because of that. Because like you could definitely smell like the pot, but like if you come too late, you don't know what student did it.
Yeah.
It's like it smells like pot. Like
But then he did light the trash can in the bathroom on fire. He did get
Twice.
caught for that.
twice.
And he blamed me for one.
Oh my god.
He fucking blamed me
That's
for one,
like
and I had to go through
expulsion,
some
dude.
fucking legal shit with the school, and then like investigating me and shit because he like would try to
Threw a
fucking take
joint
me.
in like the fucking
Whatever.
No, he
he-
was lighting them on fire.
He
on
was just
purpose.
like had a lighter, lit the can.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, like, watch this.
yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Anyway,
Fucking
so-
KP.
He went to
Goddamn
Menasha High
KP.
School between 2006 and 2010.
All those rules you have now, you're
That-
welcome.
You're welcome. So it when you know Kevin was rolling, and apparently this is like when I was in the bathroom, but apparently the way my room was set up is I had like my bed on like one of the walls, and then I had a big ass room, so then I had like a couch and chair separating, you know, so like a little sitting area, and Kevin was just sitting on my bed on the foot of it behind everyone, and apparently
like-
he's just sitting there.
Just
Crying.
like, oh
Yeah, he was
that's right.
crying. Yeah.
He started crying, and they were like, Tony was like, Kevin, what's up, man? He's like, I don't know, dude. I'm just like thinking here and like how much I love you
Yeah, he
guys.
goes, I just like love you guys and da 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 and this and that, and it's like Kevin, it's like okay, man, we love you too.
We love you so much, bud.
And he
and
just knew he was in a different world at that point.
yeah, and so then Kevin proceeds to lay back in my bed,
Oh yeah.
and then just and before we started drinking, actually, my mom had made pot roast. So and he came over, so we both ate delicious pot roast. It was awesome. And then he
That's so
projectile threw up into the air to splash
Yep,
onto his
yeah.
fucking chest.
Geyser.
Of a geyser of pot roast. It was a
And ecstasy
and
pills.
then ecstasy and tequila.
I like to think he took the ecstasy before he ate the pot roast. That's just so reckless.
Oh my god! I've no because he didn't talk to me at all about ecstasy. So
I
like,
thought that maybe you were on
Tony,
it
you
too.
clip the fuck out of that channel, by the way. Back up when you laugh so hard. Anyway, sorry, fucking pot roast. Sorry, no, I'm just trying to like get this down. I didn't mean to ruin that. That
you ruined the momentum of the thing.
I'm sorry, but like this is like you got to back up when you're gonna laugh so hard. Like, sorry.
Sorry, I'm so funny.
Yes.
No,
sorry,
Cody, you're fine.
Sorry,
Tony-
I'm hilarious.
It's just Tony's laugh that gets super rowdy sometimes.
All I'm hearing is I'm hilarious. I'm a great storyteller. So you know that's when Brandon gets Kevin up. Brandon was the saving grace of that whole night, I believe, because he cleaned Kevin up every time. And I say every time because
It happened multiple
it
times.
happened. He threw up on his chest multiple times. So the first time, this is when Brandon, keeps knocking on the door to wake me up, and gets him in the shower because they find out that he's rolling and he's sweating his balls off because you're rolling, obviously, and everyone else there was very inexperienced with those drugs. I guess no matter what, everyone was experienced.
And they drank on top of
and they
it.
drank on top. So yeah, no one knew what you could do with at that point. With that mixture. So Brandon throws him in the shower, just kind of cool him down, and so we're in my room. I'm kind of like still with it a little.
We're trying to keep the vibe going,
Trying to keep the
having
vibe-
fun, and not
yes.
letting this ruin
and
everything.
worrying about him dying in my shower.
Yeah, is he gonna drown?
So so he's in there for a while, and Brandon notices. So he goes knocks on the door just to do a wellness check on him, and then nothing.
Naturally, Kevin knocked the door. Too,
Yeah,
I
he
bet.
locked the door, of course. So Brandon knocks, nothing. He knocks again, nothing. Third time, he's like, KP.
Yeah, he's like-
pounding on the door. He's like, KP. And Kevin's like, what? Dude, I'm taking a shower, man. He was
I'm
annoyed.
taking a
Shower, man. He's just annoyed. It's like, okay, dude, just make sure you're not dead. And then he ended up sitting in, you remember that big blue chair I had in my room?
I do.
That one?
I remember sleeping in it many times.
Yeah, great chair. He ended up sitting in that and then went through, I believe, 2 separate pairs of of my shirts that he had to just keep wearing, and he would just he would just be like slumped into the chair and just like still rolling, having like a good time, and then just be so chilled and relaxed that he would start doing the like a fucking dog
And
for
just
like 30 seconds before he throws up.
And just like
then
not be conscious of like I should get up. and,
he
like,
didn't even try to make a move toward the garbage can. There's a garbage can in my room, and he just sat there and just kept like throwing up right in his chest. So he'd be like, fucking dude, all right, here's another shirt of mine. And then same thing within 30, 40 minutes, he's just right on his fucking chest. Like, it was multiple times. And then his mom picked him up. And then his mom,
and then he's like, yeah, my friends gave me some things and I didn't know what they were,
yeah.
but I took them.
Kevin did blame a lot of his drug use on him.
He
Every time
had
I went
to.
and hung out with him, we'd smoke weed in his basement, and like he'd be like, "Yeah, it's cool, dude. Like we can just smoke in our
we can
basement."
do whatever.
And then like I'd have to go home early because his mom would come home. It's like, how do you not know your mom's schedule?
Yeah.
Like she'd come home, and then like he'd have to go upstairs and like talk to them for a while, and then he'd come downstairs like, "Dude, you got to go home."
Oh, dude, and KP
And, like,
had like
every
the
time
worst.
He blamed it on whoever else was there and
Yep.
not him. Like,
Kevin's dad came to my house
did he really?
and told my mom
No.
that we were smoking weed because I messaged him on like
MySpace,
Facebook
probably.
Messenger or something,
MySpace.
and his dad read them. No, it wasn't MySpace then.
Oh,
And came over to my house and snitched me out to my mom.
where'd your mom stay?
I was grounded for a week.
A week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kevin's parents were cool. Kevin was just like not a.
Kevin was a very bad. He was a very bad boy.
troublemaker.
He was a very bad boy. I was never tight enough to like go to his house. But I mean, he came to my place all the time.
Yeah.
I remember once after a night of of doing salvia. And I had such a shitty fucking trip. It was the last time I wanted to do it.
Because you did salvia.
You're right.
Salvia is
Dude,
fucking
whatever,
terrible.
dude. We've all had very good times on salvia.
No,
Yeah,
I have
good
never
time.
had a good
Never?
time on salvia.
I've had
ever.
some very fun times on salvia,
I
and
hate
then
it every time. Every time I get to that zone again, I'm like, this is why I don't smoke salvia because it's fucking.
It's a literal
terrible.
nightmare.
It's a literal.
It is a
nightmare.
lady's nightmare. My last one that I wanted it to be my last one. Did it, and I just felt like I
You
had
wanted it to be your
that I
last
wanted it to be,
but it wasn't.
But it was.
Like, maybe it's fine. I don't know.
No. So the last trip I had, I felt. It felt like somebody had like their nails digging into my skin and were just like
A fucking nightmare, dude.
Like,
Dude,
dude,
I felt
absolutely
like that too. I felt like that too. I felt
Yeah.
like someone was scraping without pain, but was scraping the skin off my shins, and blood was gushing down and
Yeah.
filling up my pants.
Yeah. So I wanted that to be my last one, right? And then
Holy shit.
the next day, me and KP are hanging out and we're like scrounging for weed because that's what we did, and we didn't have jobs, so it was like
Carpet surfing.
We're carpet surfing. We were looking. We were
weed for $15.
well, we were looking through ash of like trying to find like still little like brown bits of weed,
Just
Scraping all the
anything-
resin out of a
Anything
pipe
kind of
and-
green on the carpet. smoke it,
anything
yeah.
almost.
Could have
And
been a booger. Who knows?
and we found like a little thing of ash. I was like, oh sick, dude, like there's still like nugget in here. Threw it in my pipe, and suddenly I tasted this. I was like, no, and then just like felt the scraping again. I was like, fucking damn it, wanted that to be the end. That was the last time.
So speaking of that, remember that one time I was out of town? I think it was in New Zealand, and I think you said Noah came over and you guys smoked DMT out of one of my pipes.
One, I didn't know you had a pipe. Two, it was changa, which is different somehow.
Is it whatever
I
the
believe,
fuck?
but it was
Whatever
awesome.
the fuck it was, it smelled like fucking feet.
Yeah.
And you used my pipe because I used my pipe to smoke weed out of, and it tasted like feet. And then I tripped the fuck out for like 10 minutes after smoking weed out of my pipe, and I'm like, this seems weird. Like it tastes like shit, and now I'm tripping balls right now.
Yeah.
And then it was done, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So thanks for that. Thanks
You're
for
welcome,
that
buddy.
weird adventure.
It was a phenomenal night.
Chonga's just
not the
DMT,
only
dude.
time I've accidentally tripped.
You've tripped on acid
Yeah, that's a good.
that
I was
time.
gonna bring
That's
that
a
up.
great
Oh, were
story.
you there, Tony? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you were.
I was tripping.
And then my friends Alex and Micah.
Micah, that's the guy I
Yeah.
remember, just because his name was kind of cool and
Yeah.
like, he was new. Anyway, I came home from work one day. Cody and I lived together a couple times. Came home from work one day, and I was cleaning up the kitchen because it was a fucking mess. I got home from work at like 10 p.m. or something like that, and my girlfriend, now wife Lauren at the time, was coming over. So I was like, I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and turns out they did acid, but I didn't know that they had pizza out, and they had some extra tabs of acid on the fucking pizza box for some reason. And I'm cleaning up the kitchen, and then like turns out like 10 minutes later, like, hey, did you see those tabs of acid that were on the pizza? By the way, in the meantime, like while I was cleaning up, I took one of their beers. I had a piece of pizza.
You had Chipotle.
Well, no, I was coming home from Chipotle, but like
I thought you had a burrito or something.
No, I took a piece of the pizza that I cleaned up because I put it in a container or whatever, and I had a beer. And in the midst of cleaning, like anyway, so I had a beer, had a piece of pizza, cleaned up the kitchen a little bit. 10 minutes later, Cody comes downstairs. He's like, "Hey, do you see some acid when you were cleaning up?" And I was like, "No, not at all," because Cody's got a dog. So they were worried about.
We thought Freddie had
Freddie.
gotten
Yeah,
a dose.
I did not want Freddie to go through a trip.
I think you guys were missing 1 or 2 doses.
We were missing like 2. We found one.
You found one.
It wasn't on the pizza box. It was next to the pizza box on cardboard, and you must have picked up that piece of cardboard to throw it away. And
I think that's
one
what
of
it
those.
was.
One of those
Yeah.
tabs fell onto
It
the
either
pizza
fell
or
onto the
something.
pizza or it fell into my beer because
Something, yeah.
an hour later,
You just come up and you're like, guys, I'm tripping.
yeah, Lauren and I
And
were
we're like, oh, we know where the tab went.
Lauren and
You're
I-
all right, Freddie.
It was a fun experience. Luckily, I had tripped before,
And
like,
you didn't have to fucking work anytime soon.
Yeah, I
or
didn't have to
anything,
work
or
the next
do anything
day.
important.
Lauren and
thank
I were
God.
watching The Princess Bride in my room downstairs, and like I told Lauren, I'm like, I'm feeling kind of weird, and this was after you're like, yeah, we're missing a tab. I don't know where it went. Hopefully, Freddie didn't. eat it.
yeah.
And then like an hour later, like luckily you told me that because an hour later I start to feel weird, and I'm like, Lauren, I think I ate that tab they're missing because I'm feeling really weird. And then like 20 minutes past that, I'm like, yeah, I am definitely tripping right now. I don't know how the fuck it either fell into the beer or fell onto the pizza because I only had one
Something.
piece of pizza and it was
Yeah.
like square cut, thin slice, whatever, or thin crust. But fuck, dude, that was an adventure.
That's I
To,
mean,
spend a night tripping and not knowing you were gonna trip. But luckily, I had experience with it before then, so it wasn't like strange. It was just like, well, I guess here we go.
Do I
Like,
go
Yeah.
If you hadn't known, it's like, do I go to a mental hospital?
yeah, right.
What's wrong?
I enjoy tripping. I like psychedelics. But I mean,
to not be ready for
to
it.
not
you
be
know?
ready for it. Yeah, that's where because you hear the stories throughout all the fucking music festival shit. It's like, oh, people are gonna dose you and blah 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 and shit like that. And it's like I don't know how you can because it has to go in your mouth.
Boof it.
Unless like unless you
Look for
accidentally ingest. So like the only time I've ever seen someone actually ingest drugs was my friend Ian. We were at Electric Forest and he stayed sober the whole like Sunday because he had to drive back to Wisconsin from Michigan and see Outkast like the next day or some shit at Somerset. So he stayed sober throughout the whole day, and then at a certain point he sees what he thinks is his like metal water bottle on the ground, grabs it, just takes a big chug of water, and it's just the most bitter fucking.
Oh, was it fucking
It was
vodka,
Molly
dude?
water. No,
Oh,
Molly
no,
water.
even worse.
Even worse, it was the bitter ass Molly. He's like, "Fuck,
Some
dude."
heavy Molly water at that. it
Yes.
sounds like.
Yeah. Like, and he told me, and I was like, "Whoa, dude, that's fucking terrible. That's fucking awful." You know, like, we'll free drugs. He's like, "No, I have to like leave tonight." So I was like, I mean, we'll see. You're an adult. I can't fucking stop you from having the craziest drive home ever. But like, we'll see. And then sure enough, like 4 people ran over like in front of us, like with their cell phones out, checking all the ground
Looking
and shit,
for it?
looking for it. So they realized that they lost their Molly water, and then fucking it's gone now. And then we were walking back to camp, and he like just throws up white. He's like, "Yup, that's fucking."
That's the stuff.
That's the stuff. That's how I know I'm rolling super hard. And then we smoked like
Oh, so he like chugged.
he like
He took a
chugged.
big old chug out of it before.
because he
If
just
he's already
he,
messed
he
up, and
thought
he's
it
just
was.
like, I want some water.
Well,
like,
he thought it was his water, and he was completely sober. That's what
Oh, okay.
he was just thirsty as shit
But,
from
like, to get that-
dancing.
to get that fucked up on like a chug of water, you know,
That's-
because like you take one gulp and you're like, wait a second,
Yeah,
that's not water.
I mean, he did. Like, it wasn't like a squeeze bottle. It was like one that you you unscrew
Well,
and you
yeah,
can
yeah.
dump
I mean,
the whole thing.
I
so
imagine you probably get 1 or 2 chugs before you like, if you're quick, before you're just like, holy fuck, that is not water.
well, I
Like,
mean, I feel like even just one mouthful of Molly water.
Yeah,
I've never
that's-
done Molly water. I've
That's
only
ins-
just
that's
taken the
insanely
Molly.
dangerous.
It's
Yeah.
cool. It's crazy. I mean,
how
but
do you
I
dose
mean,
yourself that way? Like,
I don't know. I'm not.
you don't. You
I
just-
feel like it's
it's something you sip on all night after you're fucking rolling. I
That's
guess.
what I think. Yeah, like you just know you take little sips instead of not weighing out crystal rocks. You know.
better than doing like little snootskis all night. So.
Yeah. I fucking hate. I hate snorting Molly.
It's easier to hide and it's convenient, I guess.
It fucking
Yeah.
it hurts too bad. It's stupid.
You ever-
It's not worth it.
Have you ever been with AJ and then like at a festival and accidentally taken a drink of his water? And it's
Ugh.
just like spicy ass vodka water.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, he's done that
it's
I
like,
mean,
oh, yeah, can I
everyone.
get a bottle of water? And it's like in a cooler, so you just take a bottle of water, and the
Yep.
way he does it is like he melts the top off of it, so it looks like it's not broken.
Oh
That
yeah.
way he can sneak it into the festival or whatever. But you crack it open and take a drink, and you're like, holy fuck! Like,
Yeah.
not expecting that.
Dude, we were at Soundset one year, and dude, he's just such a fucking nightmare when because he just needs to drink so much at music festivals to like fit in, like to like keep up with everybody, you know. And to feel the need, I should know we're doing audio, so air quotes, keep up with everybody. And we were at Soundset, and he was like, he kept pressure. One on the way there, I blew a tire, and I didn't have insurance on my car, so I had to pay for a tow, a new tire. I right out the gate spent $250 that I did not want to fucking pay. That was supposed to be to have a good time at a music festival. So I'm already like annoyed with the weekend. And then he keeps bringing up that like we have to take my car to the nearest gas station so he can buy some like fifths of booze or whatever. I was like, AJ, I don't care about you getting a fifth of shitty whiskey. Like I'm here to like have fun. And he kept bringing it up. And then we were using my cooler for like to keep beer and shit, and he broke like a glass bottle of like an IPA broke in my cooler. So I just have this shitty smelling beer cooler, you know,
Yeah,
like just
that's
filled
a bad
with-
beer to
yeah,
crack open.
exactly, the very stinky, skunky beer. And then also we don't have like it's just all water right now. Like it's not even like beer and ice. It is all fucking water. And he is getting like really nervous, and he keeps hearing people say that like people will like go through your shit while you're at shows. So he's like, Cody, you gotta keep the cooler in your trunk. I don't want people stealing my beer. I'm like, okay, AJ, like we're about to leave, you know, to like get going and like go see some fucking shows
at Somerset?
at Somerset.
Oh,
yeah,
and you're just about tripping on acid. I remember that.
Yeah,
Had
yes.
to calm you down and shit.
So I'm like, I have the fucking cooler. I'm trying to fit it in to my trunk. It's not fitting perfectly at this time. I'm just trying to fucking go. And AJ's just being fucking already meat holed and just fucking
12 p.m. He's
yeah,
just
dude,
fucking
he's just the
sloshed,
fucking
dude.
slosh as hell. He's been slapping the bag since 9. Dude, like the cooler like kind of slips and just splashes fucking IPA water on me, and I throw my cooler down. I slam my truck. I'm like, AJ, fuck you and your fucking beer. I'm fucking going. Like I got so mad.
Yeah.
And I was just in such a fucking weird headspace.
I remember coming up to you and just be like, hey, bud, it's cool.
Oh, dude.
It's cool.
He's just a
Everything's
fucking
fine,
nightmare.
man.
And then so we separated from him the whole night. I did not see him until the late, like the after party thing with floozies.
That was the day you had to shit all day, and you just looked like you were just because we were tripping on acid all day. So
Yeah,
you
that was the day.
You had
Yeah.
to shit all day, and you just looked like you were just like just looking around and just like feeling uncomfortable. And like obviously, if you're on acid, like with someone else, you can pick up on that shit like
Oh,
super
yeah.
easy. So I'm just like, "What's up, bud?" You're just like, nothing. I just really got to shit, and I was like, "You want to go to the porta potty? Like you can take a shit." And like you were in there for 2 minutes, and you're just like, "Nope, not
I
happening."
couldn't do it.
Not
I
happening.
couldn't do it. It was so
Dude, shitting in a porta potty on acid does not seem very comfortable.
It's already uncomfortable.
It's already a nightmare.
You
sober.
overthink shitting when you're sober too, but I've taking shits on acid, and you overthink it.
You overthink it, and plus, like it's so hard to shit.
Either you come or you just have the worst fucking time.
Yeah, dude. It's like dude. You're either so like in when you're on acid and you're trying to get a shit out, you're just hoping for 2 fucking raisinets of a poop, you know, and then you're like, okay, I guess that's all my body wants to give me right now. And dude, I sat down for
your thumb of a dick.
Yeah, dude, it's just getting so uncomfortable with my fucking raisin dick. I'm just like, oh man, that pee can't come out of that. That's too small. And dude, I sat down and I think it was like 2 minutes. I was like, they know I'm pooping in here. Oh God,
you come outside and everyone's just staring at your
everyone's like,
potty.
ugh, you shit. I mean, when in reality, everyone shit their pants all fucking day.
There's like 10,000 other people that had the exact same experience as you.
100%, dude. I just spent the whole night just being like just uncomfortable, and then seeing AJ later. He ended up like being very drunk and passing out at actually some friends' RV camping. He just like snuck into it, and I think it was just like a random ass chance that he chose like their friends or our friend's chair, but he did, and then they kind of babysat him for the rest of the day. And then we were at like the late show, and I was so fucking happy. And when we finally ran into them and they like told me what happened, I like went over to AJ. I was like, "What's up, dude?" And he like puts his arm around me, which is always the AJ move. It's always
then
this.
He speaks like hot, breathy words into your fucking mouth.
He smelled like rubbing alcohol and summer sausage. Like it was so.
By the way, we love AJ.
Pungent.
If he listens to this, we love you, AJ. But like. This is the real shit.
You're gross. He's so fucking gross. And he's just carrying around a crushed ass water bottle full of vodka. So it was like me, Dan, JC, and AJ. None of us want to fucking drink. We're doing our own thing. You know, we would have a drink, but it's not going to be fucking piss warm, you know, cheap ass vodka from a crushed water bottle.
85 degrees.
Like,
hotter than it is outside.
Yes. And he keeps like trying to give it to us and keep his arm around us, and then like, oh, and we're like, right away, we're like, no, dude, like pushing his hand away, and he kept fucking doing it. So Dan's like, oh, sure, thanks, man. Takes it and then just like slips it behind him.
He's chucking away.
Yeah, gives it to JC. JC just fucking whips it, and it's like, cool. And then fucking AJ was so fucked that we had to like get his big fat ass back to camp. And dude, we missed the floozy started covering Prince. I think right like as Purple Rain is like coming on. We're helping AJ where I literally have to like tighten my backpack, and he has to hold on to my backpack to keep himself up because he's just stumbling everywhere. He's falling into bushes like the most cartoony drunk you can ever be. That was AJ. That was Meathole. And then the thing was like
call him his Meathole when he gets that drunk.
Yeah, he's very Meathole. I think it was like a 3-mile walk back too or something. Maybe not 3 miles.
Somerset?
Yeah,
it wasn't 3 miles, but
it
was like a mile and a half.
It's a long fuck out in like residential.
After you've been out all day.
Yeah, and out in residential shit too. So we were like walking on the side of a road, and
it was about $170 cheaper though.
Yeah, but I hated that music festival. It was very bad.
Oh yeah, overall that was my first one, like major music festival, and
it sucked.
I mean, I thought it was fine. It was weird because like there's definitely like tribes of people. Like people come and like they wear like the same kind of like outfits and stuff.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, like just that day we were on acid. Like that's all day. I was just like you would see groups of people like dressed the same, and it was literally like tribes, and like to me it was tribal. And then like favorite part of that day was we had to cross that river.
Oh yeah,
dude,
yeah.
That was like a Lord of the Rings adventure. Like, take your shoes off and like put your backpack on and like hold it above you because we had to cross like a waist high river.
Yeah.
Because it took like 3/4 of a mile off the trip there or whatever, and like go through like we went through like the trap area where like people are just blaring trap from their RVs and just like fucking I don't know. That's the way they dress. It was just very tribal.
Yeah, it's always clicky, you know.
Yeah.
They're
Like you can tell who's there for what.
yeah. The bros and the broads are with the bros and the broads. You know, the hippies dippies are with the hippie dippies.
I thought it was fun. I don't know.
Whatever, dude. I paid
I
two.
found my way front stage like that night that we lost each other when I was on acid. I was made my way to front stage, didn't even realize it. I'm just like, oh hey, for the whatever the headliner for the night. I'm just like, oh wow, just right up front.
It's
like,
so easy to get up front when you're by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, like I didn't even I just noticed I was like, oh wow, I guess I'm close now.
yeah.
Cool.
Dude, I paid $208 for that ticket for Die Outward, and there were and I got 3 songs, and then
that's where you fucked up is paying $200 for one band.
There were other good groups there that I saw and I enjoyed, but I was like, oh shit, they're here. I looked at their tour schedule for the rest of the summer. They weren't going to be in Wisconsin again, so I was like, all right, you know, I have people that want to go. Cool, I'll do it. It is for these guys, and then there's other things. There's other stuff to watch.
I actually didn't know any of the bands. I just went because
You knew Bad Bad Not Good.
oh, and I didn't even see them. Missed them.
You missed Bad Bad Not
Yeah, they
Good?
played the first day when we got there, and we didn't get inside the grounds until like an hour after they played.
Oh,
But whatever, I went for the experience. I was just like, hey, a music festival. Like,
yeah.
pay a couple $100 and have a cool weekend with my friends, and
But then
it was great. Like
then there's way better music
oh
festivals.
yeah, no. After going to other music festivals, I'm like, yeah, that one sucked, but like also it was a good time just because I didn't have any expectations. I was just like, I'm just going to fuck off with my friends. Like,
That whole weekend was fucked for me. I think the whole weekend was just
oh
fucked.
yeah, you got some flat tires on the way there. Too.
Flat tire. Spent most of my money just on that and a tow truck. Couldn't find good drugs. Dude, fucking Nick went out and like apparently like got acid from some dude, and then he came back with like a sheet, like a white sheet of paper, like printer paper with Sharpie in like grid form, and then started ripping off. I was like, I know I'm really new to drugs, but
Like,
I don't
it was
think
a perforator or whatever.
yeah,
Like how
it's-
that's like how they send them into prisons.
yeah. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was good.
We tripped off of that dude we were camping with that had like the
vial,
yeah
the vial,
liquid acid.
yeah.
And he's just like, hey, you want some? And then he spent all day in a fucking cocoon and then he's like, hey, anybody here want some acid and he's just like 2 drops on like anyone in the circle's tongue.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's
It was
like,
great.
dude. We tripped for like 12 hours.
Yeah,
on like 2 drops of acid
yeah. But
or liquid.
yeah, but mine wasn't a positive 12 hours. I had to poop all day.
Get the shit out of your body.
I had
first.
to poop all day.
I ate a fucking
couldn't
dry.
get-
I ate a dry ass protein bar as I was coming up.
Ew.
It wasn't that bad. It was just a weird experience to experience every little like movement of my esophagus as it was dry. I was like, I had to quit halfway through that protein bar. I was like, I gotta eat for the day, but I did not time it very
all
well.
Your senses are so heightened on acid. I
Yeah.
remember my first time tripping. My friend Rick
Oh, I'm tripping.
had like, oh, I'm gonna trip.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Had like a half of a hot ham and cheese sandwich and gave it to me. And I'm not gonna be rude and not eat it, but just overthinking every little chew and like every texture, and it just like grossed
feel
me the
everything
grossed me
in
the
there,
fuck
yeah.
out, dude.
Eating on acid is like not the greatest.
It's
And
the worst.
I don't know if you get chopped on acid, really. I don't remember, but I just like it was hard to swallow, and it was like just like imagine that, but with pooping. That's what you're going through with pooping.
Yeah.
Just feeling every
Yeah.
Your other mouth, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm just a meat robot and I squirt goop out, dude. Oh God. Like just overthinking it.
thinking
and
too much, man.
just thinking way too much about it, and then like wondering if your
Am
mom
I
still
shit?
loves you, and like
yeah, right.
Yeah,
So many,
yeah.
like, processes happening at the same time.
All in 2 minutes. All in 2
And
minutes of trying
But
to
it
take a
feels
dump.
so long.
Take like an hour.
I haven't been to any music festivals really. I've had my own issues and things, but I'd like to go to one. I would. I think I'm in a good place to go try it out. I'd like to go to one. and just have fun, I guess.
I miss him so much.
Yeah, now's not a good time to try to get back into it.
Last
I've been to
this-
like a day or two of a festival, but I never stayed and went somewhere really far away.
yeah, it's a good time. It's nice. You just get camped up.
Even if you don't know the bands, just like it's a cool experience.
Yeah.
Well, also at this point in time, I don't think I'd even really want to. I don't like doing Molly. I don't. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't like coming off Molly, and I don't.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd have fun tripping in public like that.
I think most of the times I've gone to festivals, it was just like hang out, and then one day, like if I found drugs, I'll do some Molly, and like that's it.
Yeah.
And then like I see Cody and like Dan, and they're just like, "Yeah, I took Molly 4 times today, and we got mushrooms later tonight. I'm taking acid tomorrow." And it's like, how the fuck does your body like handle all this shit? And
It's
I'm just-
already hot outside.
I've been
You're already
saying-
almost dying.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't do it during the day.
Meanwhile,
you
I
don't
feel like
trip
shit-
and roll during the day.
Meanwhile, I feel like shit for drinking water all day and being sober, and I'm just like, man, that was a rough day. Just
I mean,
being out in the sun.
I mean, we don't, I deal with the consequences afterwards, but
I suppose the week after is pretty rough.
it's
for you
fucking
guys.
rough, dude. I get last time I lived with my mom and went to music festival, she like was pissed at me for the next week. She's like, I just don't know what's wrong. I'm like, Mom, I just did so many drugs. Like the chemicals in my brain are absolutely fucked.
Oh.
Like there's nothing personal. The world's gay. The world's gay right now.
Usually, yeah, I guess. Okay, there we go. That's all I needed, because usually I feel pretty good the couple days after a festival. I'm like, oh, bummer, that was a fun experience, and now
Yeah.
it's done. But I mean, that compounded with doing different drugs every single day
Yeah.
for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And then like a 7-hour drive home.
Yeah.
Where you reflect and
You
then
have-
like you got to go to work like a day after you get home, and you're
Yeah.
just like, wow, life is garbage right
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was nice. It was nice going to festivals younger, because then you don't you can plan to just like stay home a few extra days. I'm gonna take I need this weekend off, this Thursday to Sunday for the festival, but I also want 3 days off after that because I'm gonna fucking need it. I'm not going to and after
You could just do drugs more responsibly.
I do responsibly.
Not an option.
I map them out though.
Not at a festival.
It's still like I'm not I'm not doing
I just did like a bunch of hard drugs in the span of 3 days, but like I was responsible.
It's like
about it.
one day you do acid.
I can do heroin once a year. It's a festival.
It's a mess. It's a festival. It's the Needle Festival. It's New Hampshire Hypodermic Needle Festival.
I would have gone there.
I would have, right?
I would have gone there a couple of years ago.
I would not.
You had to be in the know, dude.
Yeah, you had to know.
Okay,
No,
I don't want to be in the know.
but no,
No, you
it's-
don't.
Yeah, you just and every morning when you wake up, you just make sure you drink a lot of liquids, get some fucking grub in your tummy, some delicious fresh fruit, something to settle it, some good protein, and then the next day you're right as rain, shotgun and beers by noon.
The only reason you still feel good is because you're continuing to do drugs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just balanced it out. Like you're like drug scientists. Like, yeah, if I take a little ketamine with this Molly, I might come down. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
fine.
I mean, that sounds
Hacking the system, baby.
that's hack, dude. That's
and then it's a week later and you're still high and you don't know what to do and you end up in rehab.
yeah. That's from my parts, we call that doing drugs without a net.
like trapeze artists.
Comedy without a net.
Oh no, I remember. Never mind. That
Yeah,
was a
comedy
pretty-
without a net.
That was
dude.
the one that got deleted.
Yeah, you just yeah.
I mean, no, this is definitely episode 4.
Wait, the
not
episode didn't get
5.
deleted. You just didn't put in the intro that we talked about.
Oh
it.
yeah,
Right.
because
There was
you're
even
right.
a part
I
where
have the original.
where Tony made like a reference to it. You're like, oh well, now we have to, and then it was just
That was
completely-
because it was just like bullshitting, and then
Yeah,
like
it was just
I didn't catch
reha-
the whole conversation because it started recording like
No,
halfway through.
I'm just
like, you guys
saying.
It was
bullshitting.
just summarizing a funny video,
I'm just
and
saying.
no one wants to hear that.
They
want to watch the video.
Yeah, but no, I mean like this next summer, I didn't.
God willing.
God willing, I did not return my electric forest passes and shit and like group camping stuff.
Do you still have summer camp?
I think I returned those, so I'll have to buy them because I want. Dude, summer camp. It definitely became my favorite music festival because it's more jammy, so it's more fun. It's not like only like super heavy wompy dubstep, and like just trap. Like there's areas for it, which is there's a night where it's sometimes nice just to go in and like try to break your neck, But then there's other times where it's cool to just sit back and just like wiggle, Like I want a good selection of each, Like summer camp when I went, I had the best tacos I've ever had. It's super heady tacos. They're I think they're out of Colorado. They're phenomenal. And this was like the second day. And then
This is the CBD El Pastor, bro.
I like that.
There's some shitty El Pastor. No, I had those tacos too, and they're very good.
They're so good. And so I hadn't eaten in like 36 hours because
so many drugs in your system.
So many drugs. Well, it was so
the stimmies, bud.
I got off of work at 6 a.m. And then I had to go stop at someone's house for coke and for to use a bullet. To use a bullet.
Wait, we were we at summer camp the same year?
Mm-mm.
No.
I went with Michelle and her then boyfriend Devin.
Okay.
And then like the bullet, and but naturally as a thank you to the person, I was like, well, let's do some coke. Now
that I paid you a bunch of money, here's some of it back. Right?
Now that you ripped me off.
I had a good deal. Good deal on it. And anyway, so not thinking that I had to, I just worked 12 hours. I mean, that I was just up for probably the past 16, 17 hours, just being awake. So then I had to like try to sleep and just be like, yeah, this isn't happening. So I just started packing, and then I fucking left, used the bullet on the whole drive there just to keep, little cups of coffee on the way.
Little 25-minute cups of coffee.
25-minute cups of coffee. Nose coffee, yeah.
Nose coffee.
So, all these drug use situations are purely hypothetical.
Purely hypothetical.
Yeah.
This is just a fun story.
Yeah, no.
It's just a fictitious
Names
story.
and locations names and locations have been changed to protect the innocent.
And none of them are real.
None of them are real.
Drugs are bad, everybody.
So
they are bad, and I can talk about that some other day.
So I'm doing bumps all the way there. I get to the festival. Allegedly. Met,
all right, the police get it now.
Got shit set up, and then just kept doing the bumps throughout the whole day. And then the next day, I like made sure I didn't touch anything early because I was like, I'm fucking hungry. I need to lay off the stimulants that are fucking my appetite.
You must
and then
have been exhausted. Dude.
I was I slept real good that night. Well then Devin told me that we had to go to Super Heady Tacos. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm looking to see who's playing at the stage near that vendor, and it was fucking Cypress Hill. So then super hungry as shit. We make our way over. I get 4 of the best goddamn tacos I've ever had, and then just like I was like munching tacos and doing like power kicks, just getting down fucking Cypress Hill. It was nice.
You weren't going out. You weren't going out like that.
I wasn't going out like that, dude. Very good.
I'm surprised you were smart enough to hypothetically smart enough to know that you were like, I need some food.
I mean, like I've
seen you at festivals, and you fucking you get crazy, dude.
I rage.
Dude, Dan almost died at Electric Force when we went with him. He's like, yeah, I'm like this, like. For the audio listeners, I have my fingers so close together. He's like, I was this close, millimeters, to permanent brain damage because he just did way too many fucking drugs.
Yeah.
He pissed in a fucking jug, and then he put it outside of his tent next to my tent.
It was super gross.
I brought it up to him, and I was like, why don't you put it over there? He's like, what, would it be fucking better if I just put my piss jug over there? And it's like, yeah,
dude.
It would be better because then it's not by me. And
he's fucking disgusting.
Throughout the entire weekend, I just kept on putting his piss jug back in his tent because he had it like outside of his tent next to my tent. Leaning on my tent, not on his tent.
Yeah.
And I just kept on putting it inside his tent, it was 90 degrees, 70% humidity. The whole weekend.
Even touching someone's hot piss water bottle is pretty.
He's
gross,
like, "What the
dude.
fuck, dude? Stop it! What do you want me to put it over there?" And I was like, "Yeah."
No.
And we were close to the fucking porta potties.
That's what Dan. I would just rather you walk and take a fucking piss. Like I can understand having a piss jug for like you just laid in your fucking tent at 3, 4 in the morning to crash, and you're like, my body doesn't want to do it. I could maybe use it once, but not have it like a thing that you're gonna do the whole weekend. And then
it's midday, and
yeah,
he's going
mid
into his
fucking
tent
yeah, he's just
to piss
walking
in his jug.
Yes, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I would rather you just go take a piss in the porta potty.
He's like, "Oh, I'm the bad guy here." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, fucking just
Dude.
you walk 1 minute.
Next festival I go to with Dan, I'm just gonna get sandwich bags and take shits and just fucking keep
Put it
them
under his pillow or
right
some
right
shit.
near his head. What, you want my shit bags over there?
Would it be better if it was further away from you?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit better.
That's just Dan how Dan operates.
Yeah, he's a nightmare. Love the guy.
Grace keeps him in
Love you,
line.
Dan.
Love the
I
guy.
would probably have Dan on at some point in this podcast.
Yeah.
because Dan's funny as fuck. He's just a piece of shit.
He's just a real fucking nightmare. It's a real nightmare.
He's a good guy, but just a nightmare
Yeah.
when he's around his friends, who are us.
Who is his us? Yeah.
He's probably great to his girlfriend, but Grace just doesn't stop. She's just like, yeah, he's good at home. And then we hang out with him, and he's just like the fucking worst all the time.
Yeah, but he's also probably terrible at home. You know.
Well, he flicks his boogers wherever he wants.
Yeah, it's really gross.
Yeah.
I'm like, could you wash your hands? It's like, it just doesn't even register.
She's like, well, will it be better if I wash my hands?
yes.
He's
He'll
just very confident about bad things.
he'll just like middle of the sentence that you're talking, just like dig in his nose and get a booger out. It's like, dude, go
Yeah.
get a fucking Kleenex. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna waste a Kleenex just to rub a booger out.
He'll
Oh,
bring up
cool.
some other like topic that people
Yeah.
are like sensitive about, like, oh, what, you want me to cut down more trees so I
Yeah.
can fucking just wear my booger?
Yeah, I'm fucking saving the environment using my sweatshirt as
Either
a
that or
napkin.
just, blow your nose or like pick your booger and wash your hands.
It's
like
what
this.
Kleenexes are for.
Yeah.
Specifically for boogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
I don't get it.
Or
Well,
eat it. If you're that sensitive about like using Kleenex, just fucking eat it, dude.
I think you should eat boogers more often.
I don't think so.
I think Dan should, because he's like kind of that kind of boy.
He
but-
should just do the instead of the blow out, blow
Oh
in.
no, he's a farmer John. Like,
yeah. He gets some weird pleasure out of getting those boogies out.
Anyway, so I think this was a pretty good just hangout sesh. Like, we didn't have much planned for today. I think recording like, what is today? The 18th.
Yeah.
18th, January 18th, 2021. Starlog. I think we're recording another episode later this week, but I think for this one, we didn't have much planned, so we were just kind of hanging out, and
This was good.
you can kind of get to know some of our funny stories a little better. But
Yeah. This was better. I'm glad I just shut my mouth.
like we could
My,
just
like in the I even had some stuff like some topics to kind of go off of and stuff.
yeah.
I
mean, we're
but then
recording
like
later this
as
week, so,
as I was sitting here, my laptop just started updating, so it just
Oh, so fuck it.
it was just
perfect.
it was just lost. It was just lost cause. So I'm glad we didn't. It felt better.
So like this is
This is the new format.
no, this is real life, just us shooting the shit, because this is what our conversations sound like when we're just like playing video games together. So
Yeah, it's fun.
little formatted so that like because obviously we already know these stories, but it's actually kind of fun to like rehear some of these things.
Yeah, it's to
'cause,
reminisce
like,
because I haven't thought about KP in fucking
Yeah, dude,
forever.
It's getting my brain going. Like now I can actually sit down and really try to think of some more because I got one last little KP story I'd like to tell.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh,
it's,
shit.
it's a short one.
do
It's
it.
a good one. We picked him outside of a gas station. He saw a mouse.
That's a classic beginning to a KP story.
Right.
He saw a mouse, ran
Oh,
and caught it. And
Little Smokey.
Little Smokey.
Little Smokey. dude. I
ran
remember Lil
ran
Smokey.
and caught a live mouse with his bare hands and put it in a cough and cold
It was
box.
a DXM container.
Oh, the
in a,
DX, yeah.
in a cough medicine box that he had eaten all the pills
Like,
out
I'm
of.
gonna call him Little Smokey.
Dude, should I burn it? No.
Oh, no!
Don't burn Little Smokey. And then he just like,
And then we let him
chucked it
go,
into a
yeah.
field. Yeah.
It was anyway. So that's fucking Kevin. I hope he's doing all right. But
I hope he's doing good. I think Tony said he's back in Mexico.
No, that's what he told me, and he lied.
Oh, really?
Kevin was a serial liar.
yes. Anyway,
Well, we'll deep
So if you
dive
know
on
our
Kevin another time.
Send us some stories
Which
about
is
Kevin.
absurd because his real stories are more interesting than his bullshit stories.
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah.
I don't get it. Whatever. Kevin, if you're out there, reach out to us.
Do you have some relatable stories?
Yeah.
Would you like to send us some? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like these are things like some people go through where like where it's just like, yeah, fucked up shit happens, and it's just like, oh, okay, like
if you want to email us some good, sad but funny stories, they has to be
Sad but funny drunk stories.
Has to be funny.
If they're just sad, then fuck off.
Yeah, if they're just sad, I'm not your therapist.
yeah, we won't read
Yeah.
them. If they're really good, we'll reread.
If they're sad and funny, you might be a guy that I just want to get a beer with. You know what I mean?
Or girl,
Yeah.
or they,
Yeah.
or whatever the.
I'd like to get a beer with you
There's more.
and a shot of heroin with you.
Seems like a kind
That's
of guy
Tony's
I'd
joke.
like to. Yeah. Seems like the type of guy I'd like to shoot heroin with.
Anyway.
I'd vote for him.
We are on all the social medias. Is this good podcast? Email us any stories, anything you want to critique us on, whatever the heck it is, at isthisgoodpodcast@gmail.com, all lowercase.
So thanks for joining
Yeah,
us,
so-
everybody, and
Thanks for joining us.
Episode 4, baby. We're
We did it.
We're getting it on. This was is this good friendship because we just kind of fucked around for the whole time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, people. All right, thank you, and don't forget to blast.
Don't forget.
Forget to blast.